Welcome to Jurassic Reviews. Today we'll be taking a look at our last larger-sized dinosaur in the first series line. One that for many was their first Jurassic Park T-Rex toy. That figure is the Young Tyrannosaurus Rex. The Young T-Rex was released in 1993 for $17.99 and included a collector's card like the other dinosaurs in this line. It also had a re-release in 1994 with a slightly different box and a different collector's card. The main way you can tell if you have this 1994 release is by the window on the box. The Young T-Rex stands 6.5 inches tall and is about 15 inches long. Here's some size comparisons. Here it is next to a Kenner 4-inch human and a Mattel 3 3/4 scale human. Here it is next to the Velociraptor. Here it is next to the Stegosaurus. And finally, here it is next to the adult Tyrannosaurus Rex. Interestingly, a younger T-Rex did not appear in the film, but one did appear in the book, so I believe that's where Kenner got their inspiration for this figure from. It's a really cool inclusion, as it was both a cheaper option for a Tyrannosaur figure and an additional larger carnivore for this first line. Its color is actually a bit closer to the adult Tyrannosaur in the film than the adult T-Rex figure, sporting a light brown paint job with darker brown stripes running from its head, down its back, and to the tail, with some spots around its legs. It also has yellow eyes and brown toenails. Its JP mark is on its leg. This one's number is 6. The figure's action features is stated on the box as being deadly slashing jaws. Unlike the larger Rex, which has an actual button press and mechanism to open its jaws, you have to press or squish its neck to open its mouth. This is an okay feature. It's sort of similar to the Stegosaurus in this line, in that the action feature is tied to the figure being made of rubber. The only real articulation is in its arms, which are made of hard plastic. They can be moved forwards and backwards. The Young T-Rex is okay at standing in its neutral pose, but it wouldn't take much to make it fall over. It also comes with a dino damage piece, with the wound being much smaller than the Triceratops and Stegosaurus ones, so if you find this one loose, chances are it's going to be missing its piece. Overall, the sculpt has some great details, especially around the head and neck area. You can make out folds and wrinkles in the skin, as well as individual scales and various little bumps. It's really nice. For me personally though, I always felt the teeth were a little weird looking on this one, and you can't really fully close the mouth because of them. This figure would be repainted 3 times. The first repaint and the rarest was in the Series 2 line released in 1994. This was a bit of a drastic repaint, sporting a dark blue color with a yellow and greenish underside. This is a much darker looking figure, and is probably my favorite of the Sculpt's repaints. Unfortunately, since it's a bit harder to come by, especially in this box, I only have one and it's not in the best shape. It has a lot of paint wear, which the first 3 Young T-Rexes were really prone to, and it has a piece of its tail missing. Eventually I hope to find a better one, but I still like having it in my collection. It should also be noted that the Series 2 release came with a different collector's card, and it came with capture gear. The Young T-Rex's second repaint would occur in the Lost World toy line in 1997. This version was exclusive to Toys R Us and included a human figure in capture gear. This one too is rare like the Series 2 one, and also sports a darker paint job like that one too. It has a dark green, blackish color to it. The whole figure is really dark with the exception of its tongue, which sticks out because it's a bright pink color. This is the one Young T-Rex figure I don't have unfortunately, but I hope to get it down the line at some point. The third and final repaint of the Young T-Rex was released in the 1999 Walmart exclusive Jurassic Park Dinosaurs line. This T-Rex sports a paint job similar to the original release, having a brown color and white underside. It also has gray and beige stripes and spots scattered throughout its body. Oddly, the rubber material was changed for this figure, feeling a lot less squishy and bendable. This effectively takes away its action feature, and makes removing its dino damage piece incredibly difficult. I recommend not even messing with it and just leaving it in. This one, like the Lost World one, also included a human with capture gear. This was actually the first version of the Young T-Rex I got, though on the box it is no longer referred to as Young. It simply says that it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Due to its hard rubber, I like this one the least of the 4 versions, and its paint job is kind of boring to me. Interestingly, this figure has a Lost World Site B stamp on its leg, while others in this line just had a plain JP mark. There was a potentially planned 4th repaint of this figure that was to be released in the first Jurassic Park Dinosaurs line that was exclusive to KB Toys, one that included the Jurassic Park 3 Military General human figure. The only sighting of this figure came in an online auction, otherwise there's not much more out there on this one. In terms of rarity, the first release is the most common. It can be found loose $30 to $50, and in its box $100 to $150. The second release is the rarest, with loose samples going for $60 to $80, and box versions going for well over $300. The Lost World release is not too far behind the second, with prices being really similar, but maybe slightly less overall. The Jurassic Park Dinosaurs release is rare too, but loose samples seem to go for a little bit less than the previous two, somewhere in the $50 to $60 range. Box versions are in the $150 to $200 range. As always, these prices aren't official. You can always find them for more or less. For a rating out of 10, I give the first release a 7 out of 10, the Series 2 release an 8 out of 10, and the Jurassic Park Dinosaurs version a 6 out of 10. I'm going to skip the Lost World version since I don't have it. Really, you can't go wrong with any of them, except you lose a bit of functionality with the Jurassic Park Dinosaurs one. And that does it for the Young T-Rex. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.